Hey, welcome to Film.Ca Trivia Night here. We're doing Disney trivia tonight. I'm so darn excited. And my name is Jeff Knoll. I'm CEO here at Film.Ca Cinemas. With me is my buddy.
Hi there. I'm Tyler Collins, the arts reporter for Oakville News. You can watch us.
We're talking to ourselves.
Tyler Collins with Oakville News. You can read us for free every day online at oakvillenews.org.
Yeah, probably Oakville's best source for news now. And
no,
not probably. It is Oakville's best source for news.
Only independent news source in all of Oakville.
Yes, it's a great site to stay on top of what's happening in Oakville. But anyway, more importantly, tonight we're here for
Disney night.
It's Disney night
again
here at Film.Ca Cinemas, and we are in our studio. No, sorry, we're not in our studio. We're sitting here at Disneyland.
It looks almost like the real thing.
It looks just like the real thing.
The only difference is there's no churro cart.
Well, also there's birds stuck in the air. But we're actually in our brand new green screen studio here at Film.Ca Cinemas. We're trying it out. We have some new gear that we don't really know how it operates. So this is going to be what you call a Spartan show tonight because we don't have any pre-rolls. It's just going to be us, guys.
It's us enjoying the night with you.
That's
and we're
right.
so glad that you decided to join us.
Yeah.
And all the 100 players of you who signed up, maxing out the trivia spots.
Which we totally did not expect, but we're so grateful to have you. Now, if you have not got a slot, you don't have to worry. You can still play along with us. Just keep your own score. And it'll still be a lot of fun, for sure.
Although, of the 100 players who did get in tonight, the top 3 will be walking away with some Zuzu's gourmet popcorn, courtesy of Film.Ca Cinemas, as a grand prize this evening.
That's a pretty delicious prize, I must say myself.
I got to sample some of your new lemon flavor just before we started the show.
Lemon is my personal favorite color and flavor. I guess lemon's not really a color, is it?
It is if you're at a Home Depot.
That's true. So the game is, if you've never played it before, it's pretty straightforward and simple. You'll see the questions displayed on our live streams. And if you're playing along on your device, you'll see them on the device. Each question is timed, so the quicker you answer, the more points you get.
That's important. It's not just getting the right answer, it's about getting the right answer fast.
That's right. And we've had people that have actually answered more questions, but have come in second or third because they delayed. Yeah.
Every question you'll have 20 seconds to answer, and most of them are multiple choice from 4 different options.
That's right.
Sometimes you'll have to type it in, but most of the time it's A, B, C, or D.
Yes.
And Jeff and I will also be playing alongside with you, talking the questions out loud as you're getting them.
And hopefully all the answers are correct tonight.
We've got it. We've been doing these shows now for a little under a year in times of the pandemic.
Yes.
And most of them used to be from the lobby. This is our second time doing Disney Trivia Night, covering movies, theme parks, and history. And we're going to be doing all 3 again tonight?
Yes. Well, tonight's night. There you go. Tonight we are going to split the show in 2. We'll run contiguously right from beginning to end. But for those that are not into Disney history or parks, the first 30 questions will be on Disney movies. And then the second half will be a collection. It'll be a smorgasbord of questions related to Disney history, parks, and within that there'll be movies as well because you can't have Disney history without movies.
There are 60 questions in all for the game tonight.
That's right.
And the top 3 winners getting that gourmet popcorn is a cumulative score of all categories and all 60 questions.
I should invite you more often. You're really good at describing these rules. You could be that guy that comes out at the Academy Awards with the briefcase and explains the rules.
Oh gosh, I would love that.
Yeah, the accountants.
I would also love just to go to California so we could go to the real Disneyland.
Absolutely.
But at last, we're at home.
We're in Disney. Actually, that's not funny these days.
No, it's not, because we want to stay home and stay safe.
That's right.
Thank you for staying home and staying safe and joining us for some entertainment.
Now, I just wanted to let everybody know before we get started, we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening at Film.Ca and whatever else pops in our minds throughout the show. But I wanted to let you know that we are open for takeout right now. If you're hankering, there's a word for you. If you're hankering for some popcorn.
Or a delicious slushie.
Or a delicious slushie, or a soft drink, or pizza, or chicken fingers, or pretzels, or candy, or our brand new since December, that is, Zuzu's gourmet popcorn in multiple flavors. We are open for takeout. You can drive up. You can do curbside by calling us at 905-338-6322. You can order online from our website at Film.Ca, and we're also on all of the delivery apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Skip the Dishes. We're open to 9 o'clock tonight, and we can't wait to hear from you. It goes a long way to help us keep our doors open while we are waiting for this pandemic to finally come to an end sometime, hopefully in 2021.
Sooner rather than later.
We're getting really bored here, folks, and we really want to start showing movies again.
Speaking of getting bored, we've been yammering about the rules. Are you ready to play some Disney trivia?
I certainly am.
All right, Adam, can we please have question number 1?
So Adam is our producer, and
Adam.
This is his first time. So Adam, you need to make sure you click the button that shows the questions.
Yep. Stand by, folks. We'll be beginning the game very shortly.
Don't panic.
Oh,
there we go.
perfect. Question number 1. What does Hakuna Matata mean in The Lion King? A, no regrets. B, the circle of life. C, no worries. Or D, I'm not afraid. Now, if you haven't gotten this question right, I'm curious whether or not you've heard music in the last 25 years.
No, actually, I think we just blew that question.
Did we?
Yeah. So nobody got this right.
No, the answers just haven't come up yet. The timer, I think, has to go up first, and then we'll see the answers.
I'm not sure what's happening here, folks.
No.
It's live television, folks. You never know what to expect. You can't pay for this kind of entertainment. You wouldn't want to pay for this kind of entertainment. Adam, can we advance the next question and see if that resolves our issue?
Here we go.
Yep. There we go.
Question number 2. Who are Imagineers? A, devoted Disney Parks fans. B, people who devise and create theme park attractions at Disney World. C, people who animate characters in Disney movies. All plausible and all require imagination, but only one of them specifically
That's right.
are Imagineers, and that is...
The answers aren't coming up automatically.
The answers
Adam,
are not...
Can you trigger the answer? There we go. Oh, that is the...
Well, the answers are coming in, so that's good news.
Yeah, I don't know
The
why
good
the
news
answer
is
didn't
we
pop
have
up.
people, and the Bibbidi Bobbidi Booyah team is in first with 90 points, which is a terrific team name.
Yeah.
And as if you're looking at the names of our contestants on screen, you can see some of the other teams and players that are also joining us tonight.
Adam, I'm gonna pop off set for 1 second, and I just want to. So let's get the next question going.
Question number 3 will be coming up momentarily. There it is. What is Buzz Lightyear's catchphrase from Toy Story? To the Milky Way, to infinity and beyond, to space and beyond, to the stars and the moon. Fun fact, when I was a child and played Rocket Ship, these are all things I would exclaim. Because I came out, I was a child, the year Toy Story came out, and couldn't remember them because I wasn't quite old enough to yet. Now, since we do know the questions are coming up and answers are coming to your device, there we go. B, to infinity and beyond.
And I'm just back from infinity. So we
And
have
beyond.
And beyond. So we have we seem to have this under control now.
If you're wondering, the answers to the first 2 questions, first, of course, Hakuna Matata, it means no worries. That was option C. And for question 2, B, the Imagineers are those who design rides and attractions, not just at Disney World, but Disney parks all over the world.
And do you know where the name, of course you know the answer to this question, it's rhetorical, me asking you this question, but do you know where the name Imagineers comes from?
Yes. Why don't you share with us?
Because you don't know. Imagination engineers.
Well, okay, yes, but the original term, because of a offhand joke that happened in the Walt Disney Imagineering Workshop,
Of course,
what was originally called WDW Enterprises.
WED Enterprises.
Thank you.
Walter Elias Disney.
Yes.
WED Enterprises, yeah.
If you haven't seen the Imagineering Story, which is a documentary series on Disney Plus, fantastic, all about the history of the Disney company.
It really is. And this was Walt's genius, was to be able to imagine these incredible movies and attractions and everything else, and his team of incredibly brilliant engineers and artists and just a whole collection of incredibly talented people, and they're collectively called Imagineers.
All right.
Let's move on to question number 4.
What is the name of Disney's private island? Castaway Key, Isla Cruces, Treasure Island, or Magic Bay? Now here's a hint for you. This private island is located in the Bahamas and is often visited by guests on the Disney Cruise Line.
Right.
Now, have you ever been to this private island, Jeff?
I have not been to this private island.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, you've been on a cruise?
Yeah, so I've done a couple of Disney cruises.
Nice.
And I am a personal fan
Let's
of
show the answer.
Castaway
there we go.
Key. That's the answer.
Yes.
It is heaven on earth getting. Best of all, they have these giant plush hammocks lined all over the beach, so it's the perfect place to take a breezy Bahamian afternoon nap.
I certainly have seen lots of pictures and watched lots of videos on the cruises, and I hope to go someday. I'm pretty much a dedicated parks guy.
You know what? If you love the parks, you're going
Yeah.
to adore the cruises because it's all the fun, but it's so much more relaxed.
I have a strange feeling that the questions got reversed here and that we're actually doing the parks and history questions
Well,
first.
we got 2 movies. I think they're alternating.
Oh, maybe they are. Maybe
Because
they're.
we're alternate. We do movies
Well, I
and
got an idea.
other.
Let's find out by going to question 5. Yes, it
When
is alternating.
Anna meets Kristoff, what does he say he does for a living? Raises reindeer, chops firewood, farms land, or sells ice?
I just noticed that they've upgraded our software. We have video now. That's pretty
I love
snazzy.
these little clips.
Yeah, they're really neat.
I'm looking at these answers, and technically he does all 4 of these things, but the one he
What
says...
he says he does for a
What
living.
does he say he does?
Yeah.
Obviously, in Frozen, he
Answer, please.
sells ice.
Yes.
I can't imagine that's a highly profitable business in Norway necessarily, but that's
No,
what he does.
You can sell ice cubes to... You can't say Eskimos anymore, can you?
No, I suppose not.
No.
But you can sell ice to animated characters.
To those from Arendelle.
Question number 6. It was estimated that 100,000 people would attend opening day at the Magic Kingdom in 1971. About how many actually showed up? 10,000, 100,000, 187,000, 211,000. Now, this is one of those questions. I don't think I know the answer to this, but I'm going to take a guess and say C. Jeff, do you know the answer?
I think it's C as well. What is your
Let's-
name again? Adam. I keep calling him
let's
Jason.
C
Let's
if you're
see.
right.
No, 10,000.
That's it?
Interesting.
Wow.
Now, so it's important to understand that when Walt Disney World was built, it was actually built in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Orlando
There was
a-
no Orlando area. It was all swamp.
Orlando is a small town. They built the highway to accommodate the Magic Kingdom, and it was not like Disneyland, where when Disneyland opened, they were overrun, and they ran out of everything that day.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a disaster.
Not a great
It
first
wasn't.
day.
Somebody had got the guest passes and had duplicated them and handed them out.
And so there were
sold
false
them.
tickets
There were
coming.
false tickets coming in. So yeah, that's interesting. I did not know that. That's
fun.
Interesting statistic. Yeah, which would explain why when you see pictures of opening day at Magic Kingdom, it doesn't look as busy
No.
as it probably should have.
Because there was only 10,000 people.
Yeah. It literally was in the middle of nowhere. Let's move on to question number 7, please.
What is baby Moana doing when the ocean shows her the heart of Te Fiti? Learning to dance? Helping a baby turtle? Building a sandcastle? Pretending to sail a boat? I like this question because this requires a specific memory of something that happened, but it's not too difficult.
And I don't know what it is. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie twice, but I don't remember what the answer to this question is.
Well, I believe it's
Let's-
B.
let's find
she
what the
was
answer
helping
is.
a baby turtle.
You're
That's right. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And that shows kind of the kindness of her heart.
Yes.
And why she's trusted with the heart of Te Fiti from the water.
You know that Moana is taking on a whole life of its own at Disney parks too, right?
Oh yeah, they're going to
It's
build an attraction at Epcot.
the water attraction at Epcot, and plus they're theming the Polynesian after
Yeah, oh,
Moana.
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that. But I understand Rock Johnson will not be working there.
No.
No, he will not be working there.
No,
Although
Dwayne's
he is
busy.
he is coming out in a Disney movie later this year.
Yes, and I look forward to hopefully having the cinemas open to see it.
I do too, because Jungle Cruise will be awesome.
I can't wait.
Yeah, the big screen. Let's move on to question number 8, Mr. Adam. Who is the host for the 3D film It's Tough to Be a Bug? Hopper, Ellen DeGeneres, Flick, or Chili?
I really wish it was one of these answers, but it's the one that I know isn't correct.
It's a strange, little
It's a
side switch there.
No, but I would love to see the Ellen DeGeneres version, though it is Flick,
Yes.
who is, of course, the host.
Yes.
Now that we're seeing the questions, I think it is switching between
It
movies
is.
and then parks and things.
Because, of course, It's
Right.
Tough to Be a Bug is an attraction at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World.
And used to be in California, but now it's being renovated to an Avengers theme.
That's right. Well, that whole area, a lot of that
Yeah.
area is being renovated.
It's Avengers, yeah. Question 9. What was the Rivera family business, which was started by Miguel's great-great-grandmother, Mama Imelda, in Pixar's Coco? Do they make weavings, metalwork, candy, or shoes?
I love this movie.
Oh, I cried.
Yeah.
I was
I
a
would
grown
never-
man
I
and
would-
I cried.
I would never admit that.
No.
I might have had some moisture on my face.
Well, I went with 3 friends, and we were all adults, and all of us cried at the movie.
Of course, it's D.
It's shoes.
Yes.
They make shoes, which is all the better for Mama Imelda to throw at her frustrated family members who
That's
aren't
right.
making shoes. That's right, as well.
Move on to question number 10 and the last question in our first round here. What is the largest theme park at Disney World? Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Magic Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios?
Ooh, read the question carefully.
Yes.
Because this one's tricky. There's a couple iterations of answers, but we're looking for which one of them is the largest theme park. I'm guessing in total area,
I think that's what they mean.
and in that case, do you know the answer, Jeff?
I believe in total area it's Animal Kingdom.
That's
is it not?
right.
Yes.
It is the Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom.
Because they've got the savannah and they have all of the animal
backstage
area. The
areas.
backstage areas are massive.
Fun fact, the Kilimanjaro Safaris ride at Animal Kingdom is larger than the entire Magic Kingdom theme park.
Wow.
It's the largest theme park
Well, it makes
attraction
sense.
in the world.
It makes sense because it's a big
It's a savannah.
safari. Yeah,
It's a
safari,
zoo.
Yeah. Adam, let's bring up the leaderboard and see how everybody's doing.
I'm also excited. One of my favorite parts of doing these games are seeing all the team names that come up.
Yeah.
The Bibbidi Bobbidi Booyah has moved to 4th, and Felicia's in 1st place.
With is that 8? 8 out of 60 correct?
That is
659
correct.
points.
That's a very
Uh-oh.
good score. Oh, our prompter's gone down, but hold on, I've got...
Our friends at Apple have
I
betrayed
can-
us here.
I'm going to go out of shot for just a moment.
Sure.
To,
Well, you're not actually in shot. I believe that there we go.
there we go.
Okay.
We can fix that so we get our teleprompter back up.
So congratulations to everybody. I see we've got people answering almost all the questions, and boy, do we have a good crowd.
Yeah, we
Let's
do.
see. You can generally tell that
Bubbles,
Yeah.
Ray and Obi-Wan Fanobi,
Well, what just happened there?
When You Wish Upon a Star Wars,
Oh, that's cute. Emma.
Waldorf. Oh, I believe that one I recognize. I bet you that's my friend Taryn. She was one of the finalists the last time we did Disney Trivia.
Now, I think we've got some friends on today. I think we have friends from Clarkson Baptist Church joining
do
us
we?
tonight.
Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Clarkson.
friends
It's good
from
to see
Clarkson.
you.
I think they're my buddy, their pastor, is on vacation. I think that he's watching with his family and friends, and
Oh, the Mighty Ducks for Life.
I think that
That's a good
my
team name.
colleague from Town Council may be on tonight too, Jasvinder Sandhu. She hosted one of the shows.
Yes,
with
she
me
was
one
here
night.
for Canada Day.
That's right. She
I
was here for
remember
Canada
that.
Day, yeah.
I was a player for that game. That was fun.
It was a fun day. It was
Yeah.
a fun day. But strangely enough, our least attended,
Oh,
which I
it's
was
too bad.
kind of disappointed by.
I thought
but
it was a
We're going
great
to try
show.
it again this year and see if we can get those numbers.
That
up.
was a fun show.
Uh,
Walt Quisney. No, I'm sorry. That's now my favorite team name of the night.
Adam, you want to
That's
bring up? Can
great.
you bring up the live cameras for a sec? So I just thought, Tyler, I'd tell you a little bit of some of the things that are happening here at Film.Ca. I can't seem to speak tonight. I'm not sure what the
It's all
issue
right.
is.
Tell me about some of the things you're doing.
So obviously we're still closed. Everybody is.
Well, I
hunkering
noticed
down.
that when there was no one in the lobby downstairs watching
films,
movies.
and no films playing.
Yeah,
Yes,
but-
and nobody in the parking lot, and no money in the cash registers. But we are still open for takeout, which I mentioned before. We're open tonight till 9 p.m. for takeout. So takeout, delivery, curbside pickup, your choice, and all of our delicious offerings are available in snack bar. But we are closed, and we're still looking forward to the day we get back open. But Film.Ca is we're taking some pivots because we know we're probably still several months away from, if not, half a year away from full operations again. We hope to be open again, at least in some capacity before summer, but we don't expect to be back up to full speed until the fall based on current vaccine rollouts. So we're trying to find some interesting ways to pivot. And two things are going to, one thing we're starting to push a little bit right now, and the second thing you're going to hear about soon. So the first one is, and I wish I could show you a clip, but we don't, with our new studio, we're still trying
We're
to get
on
all
a limited crew tonight because of the limits in how we do film broadcasting.
Yeah,
So there's only 3 of us right now in the whole building.
That's right, and part of it too is that we have all new gear, so we're still learning how it all works. So, but we are going to produce, hopefully, more episodes, a season of our Coming Distractions TV show. We produced a pilot for it back in 2017. And if you want to see the pilot,
it's on
available.
YouTube.
It's on YouTube at...
go watch it right now. Well, not right now.
No, don't go right now. Don't get rid of the audience.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Watch it later tonight.
Watch it later tonight. It's a funny half-hour sitcom pilot we did. It's actually about... it's a workplace comedy in a movie theater. And it's all shot here at Film.Ca. And all of the crazy stories, including the wacky goose, they're all real things that happened at our theater or in my career in the business since I was 13. So I've been in the business like 2 or 3 years since I was 13.
Yeah,
but they're basically, it's a culmination of all kinds of crazy antics. So anyway, we are shooting to produce...
Hoping to shoot it later this spring.
We hope to shoot at some point later this spring and bring some of our staff back to help with that and do something for those who are looking for something else to watch on Netflix or whatever channel we can get the thing on. And that is, there's more information about that on our webpage. We're also raising some of our budget on Indiegogo, and there's lots of cool perks there. And you can see our funny pitch video on Indiegogo as well. So go to our website at Film.Ca, and you can get all the information on that. We sure appreciate your support. We look forward to pivoting to film production to help us not just fill in the time, but hopefully generate some revenue while we're closed and continue to do what we love to do, and that's entertain our audiences and maybe expand our audiences. And there'll be lots more information about that as time goes on. And
you can learn more about the entire project on both Indiegogo and GoFundMe, and also at Film.Ca.
And there's a great description, there's a great, project video there that talks about the project and lots of perks on Indiegogo. The second thing we're doing, and
hold on, sorry, just before, we've got a lot more time tonight, but should we ask some questions and then we can come back to some other things?
Sure, I can talk about the second pivot thing on the next break. Thanks, Tyler.
Let's get now back to the trivia with question number 11. There it is. Oh, that's question 12. Oh no.
Uh-oh, we lost
What happened
the
to question 11?
Oh, now we're
That's
13.
question 13.
Back up.
To 12?
There we go.
Oh, question 11.
As of 2020, which of the following original Disney films has not been released as a live-action remake? Cinderella, Aladdin, The Princess and the Frog, or The Lion King? So again, this is not...
Which one has not been made into a movie?
Not been made into a live-action movie.
So the first of these was Cinderella in 2015, then Aladdin and Lion King in 2019, meaning the one that hasn't been made into a movie.
Princess and the Frog, yeah.
I love The Princess and the Frog. I remember coming here with a group. I'm a Boy Scout leader with the 19th Oakville Scouts. And I remember we actually did a Christmas outing that year. And we came as a group here to Film.Ca to see this movie.
We do a lot of work with the Scouts and a lot of screenings with Scouts and Girl Guides and Brownies here. Question number 12, please. What is the name of Walt Disney's company town in Florida? This is kind of a misnomer a bit, but it's... Celebration, Main Street USA, Disney Springs, or Downtown Disney? It's a tricky question,
It is, especially because all 4 of these are places in or around Walt Disney World in Florida.
Yes.
But the name of the company's town that's in Florida is Celebration.
Right. But it's actually not Disney's anymore. So
It's
Celebration...
a little misleading.
Celebration has been emancipated. It's part of the municipality now. They sold the commercial buildings. But Celebration was this really cool project that was designed by Andreas Duwani and his urban design team, much similar to Seaside, Florida, which was the location of the film The Truman Show. And it's designed based on new urbanism, and right here in Oakville, there are bits and pieces of what Celebration is, because the same people were involved in the original design in Oak Park.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, so Celebration is this really quaint little town, and Disney marketed this as their company town, and it was very much right out of the movies. And it's still there. It's still very vibrant. It's a wonderful place to live, but it is now emancipated from the Disney organization.
Let's move on to question 13. What is the one thing Rapunzel wants for her birthday in Tangled? To go to the town square? To go see the floating lights? To go to a dance? Frankly, I'd be excited to do any of these three things. We haven't had a lot of any of these taking place in quarantine, but I look forward to visiting town squares and to go to a dance. But what Rapunzel wanted was to go and see the floating lights.
They're more lanterns, but yes.
Yeah, they're lanterns.
Yeah.
I love those paper lanterns.
They're very cool.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. And the new version, which is drones.
Question number 14. Oh, there it is. The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh replaced which attraction at the Magic Kingdom? The Mickey Mouse Revue, Magic Journeys, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea Submarine Voyage, or Mr. Toad's Wild Ride? Now, I'm curious because I think one of those at least is made up. Because if not, I'm wondering what Magic Journeys is. But do you know, you must know which one got replaced.
Oh, yes, I do. And
Yes.
it's C. Oh, no, it's D.
No, it's D. So the footprint.
Oh, because
Exactly,
the 20,000
indoors.
leagues. Well, 20,000 leagues is across the path from where
it used to be.
That's right. Yes.
So 20,000 Leagues, that lagoon used to be where you met Ariel, and
Right.
is now the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
That's right.
But the inside, and one of my favorite bits, there's a mural at Winnie the Pooh showcasing Owl being handed the deed to the building
That's right.
by Mr. Toad.
That's right. And there's also a call out to 20,000 leagues in the tree. There's a play tree.
Oh, is there?
Yeah, there's a play tree, and I don't remember what the call out is, but there's actually a call out inside the tree to recognize that this was 20,000 leagues.
That's
because they were
fun.
basically across from each other.
I like that.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, that's what they do, right?
Right.
They always leave call outs.
Little Easter eggs.
Little Easter eggs. But you know, closing Mr. Toad's Wild Ride is still controversial to this day. I think Magic Journeys actually was a ride. It was in Tomorrowland.
Oh, fun.
And it was sponsored by an airline. I can't remember. It had several names,
Yeah.
and one of them was Magic Journeys.
Oh, okay. This I know about.
Yeah.
Then. Yes.
I'm going to have
That's
to look
the
it up.
Dream
I
Flight.
can't. It was
right.
Dream Flight, but it was also Magic Journeys. It
Journeys.
depends on who the sponsor was.
Right.
They kept changing sponsors.
Speaking of sponsors, let's go to question 15.
I'm not sure how that segue works.
Well,
but
the
anyway.
logo is next to the question.
Oh, I
on
see.
the-
I got you.
On the
Okay.
top. Which of these songs is featured in the 1967 Disney film The Jungle Book? The Circle of Life, The Bare Necessities, Everybody Wants to Be a Cat, You're Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
So this, now I also know this, not just from the movie, but of course the Cub Scout program.
Yes.
And of course in The Jungle Book is the great Sherman Brothers tune, Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
I think that Sherman Brothers also did Everybody Wants to Be a Cat too.
They
did.
did.
Yes.
They did indeed.
Yeah. But they were not practicing when the Circle of Life, which of course is from Lion King,
No.
and You Welcome from Moana. So they weren't
Nope.
they weren't practicing at that time.
Though Richard Sherman,
Yes.
he most recently did a movie in the song in 2018's Christopher Robin. So he's still writing songs.
I know he is,
occasionally
yes.
for-
And there's a wonderful movie that chronicles their
Disney
lives.
Plus.
Also Disney Plus
Yeah.
called The Boys. And it talks
the
about
Sherman
the
Brothers.
Sherman Brothers and their contributions to Disney over the years.
Question number 16. What land in Animal Kingdom has the greatest number of attractions? Dino Land USA, Africa, Rafiki's Planet Watch, Asia. Now, attractions is kind of a broad term.
Because I think that means
That's rides,
I
shows.
think that's games as well.
Yeah, and so in that case, I think the answer would be Dino Land USA.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Let's find out. It is Dino Land.
Because they have a midway of games
Right.
there as well. Yeah.
But they've got 3 rides, a theater, a playground. They've got a whole bunch of
Do they
stuff.
still have 3 rides? Because
Not anymore. No,
because
Primeval World
Primeval
closed.
World was shut down. Yeah.
Question 17. What was the name of the villain who appeared at the end of The Incredibles and the beginning of Incredibles 2? Gravedigger, The Underminer, Mole Man, Bank Robber. So we're seeing these questions, Jeff and I, for the first time.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at the options, and I really wish it was bank robber.
That would be nice.
That
Yeah.
would be hysterical.
That's right.
But no, John Ratzenberger, who's known for his Pixar cameos over the last 25 years, plays the Underminer.
Right. What a weird character. Hey, I got a question for you. You may know this.
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to look up spoilers, but
Yeah.
Ratzenberger, he was in, not Ratzenberger. Ratzenberger.
Yeah, John Ratzenberger.
Was in Soul.
He was.
What character did he play? I know it was a cameo.
So he had a cameo, but it's the first time he did not have a
Right.
named character.
But what was it?
I believe he's one of the customers in the nightclub where Dorothea Williams plays.
Okay.
Or he's the guy who shouts that it's time to go to the stage.
I thought-
when Joe is fixing his tie.
I was trying to figure it out. I was
Yeah.
thinking it was the guy in the subway that said, "Hey, watch out." That was the one I thought it was, but I've not been able to. I haven't been able to find confirmation.
No, I haven't either.
Yeah.
He's in it, but he's not listed in the credits.
It's kind of cool that he's in it, though.
He is.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to question number 18, please, Mr. Adam. What attraction was flight tested by U.S. astronauts before it opened to the public? It was open to the public. Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin, Test Track, or Space Mountain?
This is a fun question. I like this question.
This is a cool question. Yeah.
I'd love to chat more about Soul, because you've seen it. Did you
Oh,
like
I
Soul?
lo- oh, man,
I
I
adored
loved it.
I think it's one of the best movies of 2020.
Of course, it's Space Mountain.
Yes.
And there's some great
Space.
video.
There's some space.
Well, it's also there's some great video of this. This was like this opened. I think it was 75, which was still in the
It was 1975.
yeah,
that's right.
it was still in the height of the space euphoria
Space
down
craze.
there and space race in Florida.
But the real reason it was designed is because there were complaints that there were no adult attractions
that's
or
right.
thrill rides,
Yes.
and so they built Space Mountain to market to the thrill seekers of the family.
That's right. And do you know who the first sponsor was?
No, I don't.
I believe it was RCA Television. I'm pretty
RCA
I'm
Television.
pretty sure it was RCA.
Wow.
I know that
This
at
is
one
gonna-
point it was FedEx. Federal Express
FedEx?
FedEx was one of the sponsors. I think it was the last sponsor they had. I may be wrong. If somebody knows, and we should check the chat between sections here. But they've had a
While
number.
we're talking about the chat as well, we should ask people, where are you playing from?
Yeah, it'd be
we
interesting to
normally
know that.
ask to
Yeah.
what cities you may be in or where around Oakville you are.
Yes.
Give us a shout out. We'd love to say hello.
Yes, and the person who's the farthest distance away will get a personal visit from Tyler in 2022.
Yep. yes, you will.
Yeah, Space Mountain is probably my favorite ride.
I'll
at Disney
use a
World.
Space Mountain roller coaster car to go visit our first
Yeah, exactly.
guest
Yes,
tonight.
Yes, exactly.
That'll be the fastest way.
Question number 19, please. In Monsters, Inc., there's nothing more toxic or deadly than what? A bouncy ball, a human child, gum, or popcorn popped in canola oil.
What?
No, that's not on there, but that's my feeling.
That's well, as you know, some people would say in the human world the answer would be the same, but I disagree. Of course, as a Scoutmaster, I love spending time with children. The answer is a human child,
Yes,
which they learn by the end of the movie. It's not the case.
it's not so much the case.
Not at all.
No.
Children are wonderful.
most of the time.
Most children are wonderful. And finally, question
Wait till you
20.
have some, and then you'll be able to make that. You can't make that sort of a general broad blanket. I'm sorry,
Okay.
especially my grandchildren are watching right now. I love you, Ethan.
Oh, are
You
your
know,
grandchildren playing?
Berlin. I don't know. I'm covering
hope
myself.
they are.
I don't
That's
want-
wonderful.
I don't want to get cut out of future gifts and hugs.
And final, hugs are the best.
Not right now.
Not now, but normally they would be. And normally, what Disney movie received the first ever Oscar nomination in the company's entire history? Beauty and the Beast, The Jungle Book, The Little Mermaid, Lady and the Tramp. This
This is a strange question.
Yes, it's also a strange image next to it, but I love that it's an Oscar coming into focus by Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, that's really
Let's see
interesting.
the answer, and then maybe we can provide some Beauty and the Beast. So I think what the question's actually supposed to
Best
ask
Picture.
is, what's the first movie that got a Best
Yeah,
Picture
because
nomination?
of course we know
Yeah.
Snow White.
Won that fancy Oscar with the big Oscar.
It's not.
and then
Yeah,
the
Snow
second-
White. Yeah, Snow White. Yeah,
Snow White.
His first feature film. Yeah.
And was given an honorary Oscar for his achievement in filmmaking.
That's right.
Which was a large Oscar on a pedestal with 7 miniature Oscars
That's right.
on a staircase next to it.
There's a great video of Shirley Temple and he talking about the Oscars. I don't know if you've ever seen it or not.
No,
but
I
there's-
haven't, but
I guess
I'd
it wasn't a
love
video at the time, but yeah, you can probably find it on YouTube. But
You know what else?
Shirley Temple presented the award, I believe.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
You know what else I'd love to see? Our scoreboard to see who's in first place.
What a darn great idea, Tyler. Let's see that scoreboard right now.
Ainsey, am I saying that right? Yeah, I think Ainsey is in first place with 18 out of 20 so far. Holy moly.
Well done. Well done.
Rebecca is in second with 1,379 points. Look at that, 13 points behind.
Waldorf is doing quite well.
Yes.
Where Stadler's not on the.
No, well, again,
on the board.
I think that's my friend Taryn.
Okay.
That's her last name.
Oh, okay.
And
so that's not Waldorf and Stadler.
no, but she was
okay.
again. She was a finalist the first time we did this show back in May last year. So I'm wondering if that's her. But if I checked my phone, we could probably know.
Actually, let's have a look at her.
Yes, I would love to see where some of our friends are calling us from.
Oh, I see some friends.
It is in fact Taryn. Oh, we have a lot of comments. Good heavens.
Some very interesting. So Russell Guevara, who is a friend of ours, lives in Trinidad. He's watching right now, yeah.
Gosh, I would love to. You know, with the cold weather we have here, Trinidad sounds pretty nice right about
Hey,
now.
Russell, nice to see you online. Hope you're staying warm.
We have friends playing from Ottawa.
Nice.
Yep. Natalie is in Ottawa. Let's see what else. Go Ottawa.
I'd say go to Ottawa.
Taryn is also playing from there tonight.
Nice.
And I think that's all I'm seeing so far.
I'm having a hard time.
David, our friend David McMillan is giving us some positive encouragement. Hi, David.
Hey, David,
Thanks so
how's
much
it going?
for playing with us.
David is one of our managers here at Film.Ca.
I just got a text message from my girlfriend and her sister. They're in 24th at the moment, which is a great score, but not good enough for popcorn. Remember, only the top 3 players are walking away with some free Zuzu's gourmet flavored popcorn tonight.
That's right. So let me tell you a little bit. We started talking about some of the pivots, and what I mean by pivot.
What's the second thing?
So the second thing is we're actually starting our own video on demand service.
Are you really?
Yes, we've been working on it. It's sort of our secret project.
That's very exciting.
Our Project Florida, so to speak.
How long has this been in the works?
A couple months now, and we're pretty close to being ready to do a soft launch. So we're collecting content right now. Our marketing team are hard at work putting together the actual website that connects to it, and we have a great platform that will have apps for it. We are designing an iPhone app, an Apple TV app, an Android app, as well as Roku and Amazon Fire. So that'll be available soon, and it's called Zuzu Video on Demand. We love the name Zuzu.
First pizza, then popcorn.
Yep.
And so, you know, when you're in the food business, of course,
Yep.
time to launch a movie streaming service.
That's right, absolutely. Well, I mean, it's if you can't beat them, join them, so to speak, right? So I know that
Well, you don't see Netflix making popcorn and pizza.
no, absolutely not. So
No.
we're so much better than Netflix. So
Infinitely better than Netflix.
interesting. Our platform is going to specialize on, we call it eclectic content. So we're not able to compete yet with the Netflixes of the world.
Not
so
quite.
You're going to find a lot of really interesting content on there. You'll find all the content that we produce. So that would be Kids Town, Coming Distractions, Second Generation.
What about One Pandemic
One
Day?
Pandemic Day. We have a number of our friends with content on there. One of our former managers, who's now a busy filmmaker in British Columbia, Mike Johnson's got a number of his shorts up there. And then we're also curating films from other sources from around the world.
Right.
We have a unique section, though. We call it Main Street Cinema. Guess what kind of content we're covering?
What is on Main Street Cinema?
Main Street Cinema will be a section on our video on demand service. I wonder
what that might be.
It could be related. So it's Disney fan content. So we are actually going to have content for Disney fans. It will not be Disney branded content, but it'll be Disney alternative content. So, for example, we've licensed the movie called the Further Adventures of Walt's Frozen Head, which is
oh goodness!
It's a campy comedy produced by an independent producer in Florida, and it is very funny. It's certainly not you know, a big blockbuster film, but it's cute, and you can't find anywhere else. It'll be on our site, and we have some other content coming up as well. So we have a specific section for Disney fans, as well as people that are into series and movies and short films, and we're going to have a particular focus on Canadian content. So one of the goals,
we could all use some more Canadian content.
That's right. One of the goals is to highlight our incredibly talented Canadian filmmakers that don't often get an opportunity to have their shows highlighted. They're often sort of buried underneath other content. So we're going to really bring a light to some really great Canadian content. So that's Zuzu, Z-U-Z-U, video on demand. We'll be launching soon, so keep an eye out on our website. And
you can learn more about Zuzu, the programs, and when you can download it.
That's right. You can actually go, if you want to take a look at our site in progress. So this is between you and I, okay? Please don't share this around. But you can go to zuzuvod.ca and you can see our work in progress. It's not ready for prime time yet, but you can have a look at what we're up to. And there's not a ton of content there. It's mostly test, but you'll start to get a sense of what we have up our sleeve. So that's what we're doing right now to keep ourselves busy, amused. And
well, you know what we're doing right now?
No, what's that?
We're playing Disney Trivia.
We are, so we should probably get back to the game.
I think it's time for question number 21.
I think it's a great idea. Mr. Adam?
He's got it.
Loading.
Adam the man,
Here
he's
we go.
on it. Question 21. What are the names of the 3 good fairies from Sleeping Beauty? Flower, Fawn, and Merryweather. Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. Fiona, Bambi, and Mary. One of those doesn't quite have the same ring to it, I suppose. No. The answer is B, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. As you can see them. Now, Jeff, do you know which name is which color?
Oh, Flora green,
Yep.
Fauna blue.
Nope.
No, and
Fauna is red and Merryweather is in the blue.
Yeah, well, I figured Flora
Yeah.
be green. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Do you know that I have seen the movie Sleeping Beauty probably more times than any movie ever made?
It is regarded as one of the best, but
That's
I'm
not- that's not-
surprised
that's-
your most viewed film ever is
So-
Sleeping Beauty.
It's one of our kids. I will not name names.
But one of your 5 loving children.
One of our 5 living
Yeah.
children was like addicted to this movie, and we literally played it every day, sometimes more than once a day.
Sometimes more than once.
And I
a
don't
day.
know. I don't know how this happened. Now, this didn't happen for a long time, but for the period that this was back in the VHS days, and we didn't have a lot of VHS cassettes. But this particular movie literally got worn out, and I was at the point where I
Wow.
could actually mouth the words with the movie. I can't do it today, but I was at the time.
I was hoping you and I could do a lip read of the 3 fairies.
Yeah, I don't think I could have.
You know what we can read?
Number 22.
You read my mind.
What is Magic Kingdom's official tagline? The most magical place on Earth, the most wonderful place on Earth, the most enchanting place on Earth, or the most expensive place on Earth?
You know, Jeff, I would call the Magic Kingdom all 4 of those
That's
things.
right, absolutely. With particular emphasis on number 4, which is on the screen most expensive place on
you know
Earth.
the top price now for a one-day ticket is $152
It's
US.
unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
You know what it was 20 years ago? $39.
Yeah,
That's insane.
And it was literally pennies when it first
Yeah.
opened. But the answer, of course, is the most magical place on Earth.
While it is also
makes sense.
wonderful, enchanting,
It
and
is.
expensive.
It is. But the name is the Magic Kingdom.
Of course.
So that makes some sense as well.
Question 23. The beggar woman offered the prince, the beast, a rose in exchange for what? A job at the castle, food, shelter from the cold, a bed for the night.
Or Magic Your Way passes at Walt Disney World.
No, well, 2 of these are similar,
Yeah.
and one is the correct answer, but the specific line, she offered him in exchange a rose in exchange for shelter from the cold, is the actual line the narrator says in the prologue stained glass window sequence at the beginning of the movie.
Yes.
Question 24. Ooh, I love this. How many countries does the Epcot World Showcase have? 15, 11, or 8? Now, I used to be a former employee at Epcot. Years ago, that was one of my first jobs while I was in university. I went and did a summer program, so lived in Florida for 6 months and worked at Epcot. So I know there are 11 countries
right.
in the World Showcase.
Okay, let's name them
Okay, in order.
in order.
Okay.
From south to North America.
No, so I can do the loop if we go clockwise.
Okay,
When you enter
clockwise.
the park, it goes Mexico,
Well,
Norway.
that's from south to North America.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it's Mexico, Norway, China, Germany, Italy, the United States, Japan, Morocco, France, United Kingdom, Canada.
Very well done.
Thank you.
Very well done. Now, which ones were supposed to be there?
Oh, which ones were supposed to be? Australia got
Yep.
canceled at some point in
Yes,
time.
yes.
Brazil was canceled at
Yes,
one
and
point.
might be back on the order.
I
paper
think
again,
they should
understand.
include both, because
Yeah.
then they'd have one from all 6 continents
Yes, yeah.
where people live. And
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
That's right.
Is there one you know that I've forgotten?
I believe that Soviet Union was actually one
That's
of them. as
right,
well.
Russia at
Russia
some
was one of
point.
them, and there was a representative one for Africa, not one country, but for the
No,
continent.
but it's now, so that's now a gift shop?
It's
and
now a
tax
gift
thing.
shop, yeah. But there was actually supposed to be a
Africa.
section. You want to? You probably know this because you probably
Africa is represented. Morocco.
true. That's
Morocco's
true.
in
That's
Africa.
true. But they were talking about the
More
lower
animal
portion,
kingdom
the more
style
animal kingdom
Africa.
style Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
The other interesting thing is that Germany was originally designed with a ride.
Yes, well, a lot of them were. There was
That's
supposed
true.
to be a bullet train in Japan.
That's
but
right. But
never
Germany,
happened.
But Germany actually the ride building is in the pavilion.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. So as you're walking into Germany and you see the big mural wall,
Mm-hmm.
behind that was actually where the gates and the ticket because it was tickets back
right.
then. The tickets would have been taken.
Let's move on to question 25. What does Abu try to steal from the Cave of Wonders in Aladdin? A ruby, a golden statue, a second magic lamp, a pearl necklace.
Or a bag of monkey chow.
I thought you were going to say steal the Zuzu's popcorn. The greatest treasure you could have.
That's right.
Now, of course, they're trying to steal the genie's lamp, but Abu gets greedy and tries to steal a ruby. Question 26. What is the name of the sea serpent constructed of Lego bricks in the downtown Disney lagoon? Legosaurus, Brickley, Ogle, Pete. Now, I think this is actually asking about the sea serpent at Disney Springs in Florida, because in downtown Disney, California, there's the Lego Maleficent dragon.
Right.
But I don't know the
think,
name.
I think they're talking about.
Yeah, they're talking about Florida.
which is now called Disney Springs.
Springs, right. Do you know the answer to this?
I don't know the answer to this.
What's the name of that sea serpent?
I don't know.
Adam, let's find out.
Brickley.
Brickley.
I had no idea.
That's a good name for a sea serpent.
I've taken pictures of that sea serpent many times.
That's a good name for a sea serpent.
Yes.
Made out of Lego bricks.
Would be better name would be Zuzu,
If I had a pet sea serpent made out of Lego, I would also name him Brickley.
or I'd call him question 27. What magical, mythical forest creatures did Madeira follow through the woods?
I believe that's Merida.
Merida,
Yes.
Merida, from the movie Brave. Will-o'-the-wisps, elves, the
Gilly-Doo fairy.
Gilly-Doo fairy. I'm going to let you read all the Scottish ones from now on, or gnomes.
The Gilly-Doo fairy.
Thank you.
Now, I know, so...
Was that a Scottish accent, or were you actually imitating Shrek?
It's both.
Okay.
It's... I talk more about Shrek, but it's Disney trivia night,
That's
and
true.
I think that would be sacrilegious.
It
No,
would
the
be.
answer is A, Will-o'-the-wisps, the little purple spirits.
Right.
Which are a part of ancient Celtic mythology. Moving on now to question 28. Who was hired by Walt Disney to act as a model when the Imagineers were creating the first audio animatronic figures? Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., Fred Astaire, or Buddy Ebsen?
And of course, it is the great Buddy Ebsen.
It would
Now-
have been interesting if it had been Dean Martin, Sammy Davis Jr., or Fred Astaire.
Yeah,
But
well, it could have been Fred Astaire. It could have been Sammy Davis Jr., but
could have been any of them, but
I'm not
Buddy
sure Dean
Ebsen,
Martin,
I think, was...
Dean Martin would have had to spill his drink as he was dancing. But Buddy Ebsen was, he had a big role in early Disney. A number of, he was a friend of Walt's, and they did a lot of things together in the early days of Disney. Let's move on to question number 29. What does Mulan's grandmother give Mulan for good luck? Of course, from the movie Mulan. A comb, a cricket, a herbal concoction, or a teacup?
Now, she...
Did I say herbal?
Herbal. An herbal? You said herbal. I'm
Oh,
pretty
did I?
sure you said
I think
herbal.
I said herbal. But anyway,
Well, she gets 3 of these things, but the one for luck is, of course, her friend Cricky, which is a cricket, who then jumps into the teacup and ruins the matchmaking sequence early in the movie.
Cricky's a cricket, eh?
Cricky is a cricket.
Go
yes.
figure.
It's a good
Yeah.
name for a cricket.
Let's find it.
You know
Let's-
what it should have been? Brickley.
Yes. Let's see what question 30 will divulge. Which of these attractions has been in operation since Magic Kingdom's first day? Pirates of the Caribbean, Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, or It's a Small World.
Ooh.
Only one is right.
Yes, I know. 2 of them came later, and the other 2 are from the 60s. So it's possible it's either. Now that the
Small
time's
World.
up, we can talk. It is Small
Small
World.
World,
Okay.
yeah.
I was debating between Pirates and Small World. But
So Pirates, if I recall correctly, was not always going to be pirates. They originally talked about doing something different than on the East Coast
Yeah.
or West Coast. But
no,
then
they built it in California first.
that's what I'm saying. This
Yeah.
is Magic Kingdom.
Right. So
Yeah. So they weren't going to. My understanding from my trivia reading is that they originally, I can't remember what the attraction was going to be. I think it was a Western themed attraction, and then they changed because Pirates was so loved. And the reason they didn't want to do Pirates in Florida is because, the
It's all-
Caribbean
yeah.
and Florida, that's the
a little
area.
closer.
Well, I mean, there's all kinds of pirates.
Right. Now, but let's see who's been stealing points to rack up their total. Ainsley is still in first, but second and third have swapped, and Felicia's down to fourth, although there's a much more substantial lead now. Ainsley there is leading with 28 out of 30 questions. Oh my goodness.
That's impressive.
That's a great score.
That's impressive.
With 20.
Did you say you know who Ainsley is?
No,
Oh,
well,
Ainsley.
I don't.
We don't know who
I'm not
Ainsley
sure
is.
who Ainsley is.
Okay. Oh, there's the Bay family. That's my friend Jamie
There we
and
go.
Allie and
Oh, it seems like we have a family playing the incredible Atkinson.
nice.
That's a great
Oh,
combo.
Mary Poppins is here. Very nice.
Mary Pop. Spider-Man is here.
She must have floated in.
Bubbles.
Bubbles. Nice.
Bubbles, who is a little-known Disney character. Bonus, do you know what movie Bubbles is from? 2 of them, technically, I guess. There's 2 Disney
Pinocchio?
Bubbles. Nope.
What's the fish's name in Pinocchio?
So that's Cleo.
Cleo,
But
okay.
Bubbles the fish is in Finding Nemo.
Oh.
In the tank. The one who's
Oh, in
obsessed with the
Australia.
tank. Bubbles, bubbles, bubbles.
Right,
My
right,
Bubbles.
right,
That's-
right,
yeah.
right, right,
But the
right.
other one, Agent Cobra Bubbles from Lilo and Stitch.
Oh, okay.
The FBI director. That Ving Rhames
Right,
played.
right. I remember this now.
When he hands his, I'm sorry, you are Agent Bubbles.
Bubbles, yes, that's right. I remember that.
Yes. Well, so I have a question for you now, Jeff.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Earlier, I was listing off those Epcot countries, and I could rattle them off like this. One of the things I loved seeing when I came into the snack bar today was seeing all those flavors of Zuzu's popcorn.
Yes, we have a few.
I'm curious, can you name all the flavors you have of Zuzu's popcorn to tell our friends at home what they'll be able to win or choose from should they be one of the winners tonight?
I'll do that if you'll jiggle our mouse.
Yeah, I can do that. That's
So we have standard caramel corn, which
Yep.
is of course delicious.
classic.
We have green apple, cherry, cinnamon, just in time for Valentine's Day. Tastes like
that's
cinnamon hearts
nice.
too. Yeah.
Cinnamon heart popcorn.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that.
We have vanilla.
Yeah.
We have birthday cake, which is I originally didn't think I was going to like it. I really like the birthday cake. Yes.
popcorn. Does anyone else make birthday cake popcorn?
I haven't experienced that yet.
Mm-hmm.
We have lemon. We also have green apple, which is quite delicious as well. And I think, have I missed anything, Adam? Were you listening?
Blue raspberry?
Oh, blue raspberry, yes. It's the one I don't like, but that seems to be everybody's favorite except for mine.
Yeah.
And you know why I don't like it?
Why?
Because
What's
it gets
that?
all over your fingers.
Oh. You don't. I like green thumbs, but I don't like blue fingers.
No, blue fingers are weird
No.
unless you're a Smurf. Oh, sorry, that's a different franchise as well. We can't talk about Smurfs in Disney World. We're going to get sued for copyright infringement.
Well, we're now halfway through the game, and it looks like Ainsley has a commanding lead, but not within the scope of 1 or 2 questions. So there's still, and I'm curious to see back our 4th place status. So it is possible you can get back into the top 3 still. Now,
There's a lot of questions still out there, so
That's true.
and Ainsley could
We're
get
only
tired.
halfway through.
Ainsley could get tired.
yes,
and start
She
slacking
could,
off.
She could get tired of listening to us. I would get tired.
I
of it.
kind of get tired of listening
Yeah.
to me all the time. But hey, I just wanted to mention to you that if you've got other ideas for trivia that you'd like to see, let us know.
Please.
Send us a note. So far, we've done Canadian trivia. We've done Harry Potter, which was very, very
Yeah,
popular.
there
We've
was a Star Wars trivia that you and Tim did.
we did to start. That was a lot of fun doing the
Yeah.
Star Wars trivia. We've done. What else did we do?
We did. You and I did Marvel trivia. No, the 3 of us did.
Yeah, that's
There
right,
was
we
the
did
one
Marvel
show
trivia.
where it was you, Tim, and I.
That's right. Well, I knew absolutely
We
nothing.
did Marvel. That was a blast.
I knew absolutely
loved
nothing because
Marvel
I'm
Live.
not. I'm not a Marvel follower.
We did musical movies.
That's right.
That was hard.
That was a hard one.
That was
yeah.
a deceptively hard one.
Well, I mean, Tim was pretty good at that one.
Yeah,
because
of
he's into
course.
that. He's really
he's
into
with
that,
the
yeah.
great folks over
Hi,
at the
Tim.
Burloak Theater Company.
That's right. Yeah. Hi, Tim. How's it going? He's at home watching his little guy tonight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
And so let us know if you've got other ideas for trivia, and we're going to hopefully be more organized and a little less frazzled next time when
But
we
we'd
when we learn
love
our
to play
studio.
more games with you so you have some new entertainment while you're staying safe at home with
That's
your
right.
loved ones.
That's right. So let us know what you want us to do, and we'll see if we can make it happen. But no cheating. You can't tell us what you want us to do and know all the answers, because that would be wrong.
In the meantime, I bet you these people want Disney trivia. You ready for
I
round 4?
think that's probably why they're here. So let's move on to question number
31.
31.
It's round 4,
Round 4,
31.
yes. I've lost track of where we are.
This is my favorite part, when it's the new round and it takes an extra second for
Yeah.
the question to load. All right.
And for
finish-
my brain to load. Finish the quote. The past can hurt, but the way I see it, Lion King. You can either fight it or remember it. You can either run from it or learn from it. You can either hide from it or learn from it.
Ooh. There's a couple. Now, I love this quote, and it's being shown in that picture on the left.
That's
but the
right.
quote is, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or, and then he swings the staff again, learn from it.
And whose voice is Rafiki,
Robert Guillaume.
right?
Yeah.
And what's his claim to fame prior to this?
Oh, gosh. I know this. I know he did a lot of stage work.
He did, but
I think
his big breakout, where people most knew him from, at
It's
least
a
in my
television
generation,
show, isn't it?
called Benson.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It was a great comedy.
Ah.
He was a butler, and
Yeah.
it was lots of fun. He was a butler in the White House or the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
The governor's mansion, and then he became lieutenant governor
Yeah.
by the end of it. Got a little dry. They ran out of jokes toward the end, but that's where most people became familiar with Robert Guillaume.
Question number 32. What was the first international Disney park? Shanghai Disney, Disneyland Paris, Tokyo Disney, Hong Kong Disneyland. So these are the 4 theme park resorts owned by Disney, or partially owned at least by Disney.
Yes.
Outside the United States. So
Yes.
which one of them opened first? This is an easy one if you know the theme parks.
I believe it's Tokyo.
That is
Disney.
right.
Yeah.
It's Tokyo Disney.
Which is actually owned by the Oriental Lands Company.
Yes.
It's not owned by Disney. They license the
Although
the
Disney
park.
is responsible for the creative
That's
control
right.
of the park.
That's right.
Oriental Land is responsible for the day-to-day operations.
That's right. Yep.
All right.
And
question-
Shanghai Disney, I believe, is partially owned by the Chinese government.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure.
that
sure
wouldn't
it is.
surprise me.
But somebody might want to fact check on that. But I'm pretty sure that's the case.
We
And
all-
Disneyland Paris started as a separate company that failed.
Oh my.
Yes, and so they actually.
That's not a inexpensive investment to make.
It was not an expensive investment, and it was a huge problem for Mr. Eisner at the time. It was not successful. Of course, it was originally called
I don't know.
Euro Disney.
The current Disneyland
Yeah,
Paris. Yes. So
yeah.
the Euro Disney Resort was when they were designing it in the early 90s.
That's right.
Yes.
And that's when they had significant financial problems, and it was owned by a consortium of investors from throughout Europe.
And it took almost 20 years for the resort to actually start turning a regular profit.
That's right, yeah.
To the vacation spot it is today.
Yes. Apparently, I haven't been there, but apparently it's wonderful. It's
Yeah.
large, and it's got.
The claim
a
to fame
Hollywood
is
studio.
apparently it's just so well landscaped and decorated, and like
Yeah.
it's known as the beautiful park.
I remember
which
when
is something because they're all beautiful.
one of the interesting stories. There's a book called Disney Wars, and it talks about that period
yeah.
where Michael Eisner had taken over Disney, and his fight with Roy O. Disney, and of course, the culture clash between the old and the new. And one of the problems they had when they were building Euro Disney is folks were saying, why would you build a theme park around castles in a place where there are
There-
already real
Castle- the
castles?
real ones
the
are
real
right
ones
there.
are right there. And so it took a while, and there was a lot of resistance from American pop culture entering Europe. But it's been accepted now, and it's a terrific destination, and I can't wait someday to have the opportunity to go there, post-COVID,
Yes.
obviously.
Oh, I can't wait to go traveling to a lot of places.
And I can't wait for question 32.
Well, that's where 33.
33.
That's where we're
Listen,
traveling right
my
now.
brain. I need to jumpstart my brain. It's
You've
this
had
hat.
a long week,
It's this
Jeff.
hat. It's this hat.
That's understandable. You've had a long week. I'm leaving my apartment for the first time in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But speaking of 33, when Woody insists that Buzz Lightyear is a toy, Buzz corrects him to say that he is a space cowboy, cadet, ranger, avenger. I remember this was one of the last movies I saw here at Film.Ca before the closure in mid-November.
Oh, yeah.
This was...
That's because we replayed it. That's
Yes,
right. It
you
was one
guys
of our-
replayed it for a week,
Yep.
and this, and then Ammonite, and that was the last day before the closure.
And the answer, of course, is C.
Space Ranger.
Space Ranger. Let's move on to question 34. That was fun playing some of those older movies again.
Oh, I saw almost
Yeah.
all of them. That
When
was a
Disney
blast.
World opened in October of 1971, who gave the opening day speech? Walt Disney, Roy O. Disney, Roy E. Disney, or Mickey Mouse? Now,
Oh boy, I think it's B, Roy O. Disney. But we're going to find out in a second.
yeah,
Because
I'm
the
worried
timer's
about
done.
this. I'm worried about this answer, actually. Go ahead.
It is.
Okay, good.
Okay,
So-
I think it's Roy. It is Roy.
It is Roy O. Disney.
Okay.
And it's Roy E. Disney that I was mentioning when I was talking about the
Yeah,
culture clash between.
yeah.
But when I first, so I saw, when I did a quick scan through the questions.
Oh, so
and
you have seen the question.
I haven't gone through them all. I did a quick check because I just
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to get a sense. So I haven't actually read all the questions. But this one stood out for me because the answer was A, Walt Disney. I'm thinking like, yeah, no, that's
Now,
not
he-
possible. He
he
died in
died-
1966.
Yeah, he died 5 years before.
Yeah, exactly.
That's-
And I thought,
that'd be
okay,
one impressive
maybe
speech.
they played a recording of his. But I said, no, Roy O. Disney. That
No.
was like, I remember, I've seen the video 1,000
Yep,
times, or
it's
the film
Roy O.
1,000
Disney.
times. Yeah.
Question number 35.
But Mickey Mouse was standing beside him.
He was, but
Yes.
he was not speaking.
He was not speaking.
What game were they playing before Kristoff attempts to ask Anna to marry him for the first time in Frozen 2? And of course, if you're one of the everybody who has seen the behemoth that is Frozen 2, you'll know they're playing a game. But was it charades, hide and seek, Simon Says? No, of course they were playing charades.
Yeah.
Charades at the beginning of the movie as Kristoff was trying to propose.
Did you like the second version, the second
I
film?
did like the second. It wasn't. I don't think it was as impressive as the first.
Yeah.
But it had such. It had such a high standard to live up
It
to.
was very angsty.
I think it was. If you'll pardon a pun, it was seasoned.
Yeah.
Right.
that's true.
Just as
Yeah.
much as the first was playing on the ideas of summer and winter
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
behavior that causes.
Yeah.
This was set in autumn, the
That's
fall,
true.
and it was all about the season of change.
Interesting.
So I think some people thought it was thematically strong. Others thought it was just too different.
Yeah.
I think it made sense.
I enjoyed it, but I know
It wasn't
that
as good as it
playing it here at the theater,
Yeah.
as long as we did it, it was popular. But we actually, some parents came out and said, "Man, that's dark." So it was interesting. It was very interesting to watch that very different feeling in both the movies.
I remember coming to the opening day show and thinking, man, I am bringing the average age in this theater up considerably.
That's usually the case.
Yep.
Let's find out what happens in question 36. Which World Showcase Pavilion in Epcot is the only country to be sponsored and aided by a government? Oh dear.
Well, I know the answer to this. Now, we know it's either A, Canada, B, Morocco, C, Italy, or D, Japan.
And it's recently changed.
It is.
Yeah.
But when it was originally built, the Morocco Pavilion was a gift from the King of Morocco.
Right. And it's recently been taken. It's Morocco.
It
and
is Morocco.
And it's recently been taken over by Disney themselves.
Yes.
They actually evicted the operators of the Morocco Pavilion, and they're operating it themselves. Interestingly, though, even though because this is a bit of a, some people say, oh well, it's Canada was sponsored too. Canada didn't sponsor it. It sponsored elements in it. So
Right.
they were involved in, for example, the film. The tourism folks were involved in producing.
Well, the
various
original
films.
version of
original
the
version.
Circle Vision
Yeah,
film.
yeah.
Because then they did the Martin Short one, and that was all Disney.
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
I-
it? Oh, I thought the Canadian government had some role in that too.
No.
You sure?
There's been 3 versions,
Yes.
and there's a new one coming in
Yes.
that the Canadian government is helping with.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking.
But the Martin Short one was all Disney.
yeah, the Martin Short one was awesome.
Yeah,
I love
liked
the
it.
Martin Short
I
one.
like the fast pass joke he makes at the end.
Yes.
All right, let's. Speaking of a fast pass, let's fastly go to
Oh man, that's
question
bad.
37.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
We're running out of transitions between questions. How does Moana convince Maui to help her restore the heart? She tells him he'll be a hero. She promises to take him to Motunui. She convinces him that he'll be cursed if he doesn't. She threatens to leave him on his island. Now, I've seen Moana a number of times. Do you know the answer to this, Jeff? This one's a little trickier, because again, it's a specific moment.
I think she promises to take him to Monotui, doesn't she?
No.
Motunui.
No, it's because she plays to his ego and says, "You'll be a hero."
Oh, of course.
And that's
Yeah,
finally
yes.
what convinces him
Yes.
to help take her to face off against Te-Ka, the lava monster.
You really know a lot about Disney movies.
Disney, yeah, I know a lot generally about movies, but Disney movies,
Wow.
I had a leg up of childhood before the study came along.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to question 38 and see how we can stump Tyler. What energy source powers the Walt Disney World Railroad? Electricity, oil, wood, gas, or the cries of children?
I was going to say popcorn power, but, my stepfather, Steve, he's...
Oh, that was Monsters, Inc.
Yeah.
Oh, it screams at children.
My stepfather, Steve, his favorite attraction in any part of Disney World is the Walt Disney World Railroad. He's been fascinated by steam trains and old locomotives since he was a kid. And and his eyes light up anytime. He once did the backstage tour getting to see where they maintenance the trains.
I've done that.
I've done everyone says it's so cool.
And of course, the answer is oil.
Oil.
Which you can't mistake the smell.
No.
Now, the railroad's been closed for, I think, 2 years now, if I'm not mistaken, but for a while anyway.
Well, part of that was
building,
pandemic-based, but part is...
Well, no, it's all. They ripped up the railroad because they're building the Tron Light Cycle, which actually takes place, which actually is part of the original path.
Yeah.
So, and I understand now Tron's been delayed.
Yeah, just because construction's been slowed by the pandemic.
Yeah.
Let's move on to...
And I'm sure the cash flow is not an issue at all.
I think we need a comment from a Disney representative.
Yes.
Maybe they could also tell us who was the famous musician and actor whom Miguel admired in Coco? Carlos Rivera, Rogelio de la Vega, Ernesto de la Cruz, Vicente Fernandez. Now,
Or Michael Eisner.
I like this. Well, Carlos Rivera actually is a producer at Pixar. He's not a character.
Nope.
That's a real person.
Right.
But the character of whom is the famous singer and actor Ernesto de la Cruz.
Yes. Who turned out to be a bit of a scoundrel.
Yes. Oh, he is not the guy he turned out to be. Fun fact, the actor who voices him, Benjamin Bratt, also voiced another famous Mexican villain in an animated movie. He plays El Macho in Despicable Me 2.
Oh, okay.
Same guy. And finally,
He's being typecast.
Not a Disney movie. Well, he was
being
a
typecast
last minute
as a villain.
He was a last-minute replacement because they got Al Pacino. Pacino saw Despicable Me 2, hated it so much, he took his work out of the movie, and then a month before release, they had to hire someone else to play the part.
Wow, that's interesting.
So Benjamin Bratt played the part in a week, and he was done mere weeks before the movie came out to the public.
Wow, okay. That's
Fun movie
interesting.
fact.
Sure is. Let's round out our first 40 questions with question number 40.
Which of these attractions had its track shortened in 1988? Space Mountain, the Walt Disney World Railroad, Pirates of the Caribbean, or the Grand Prix Raceway? Now again, this is another tricky one because they could be talking about a couple different Magic Kingdoms. But there's also different versions of these rides. I think, though, what they're talking about here is the Walt Disney World Railroad?
It's the Raceway. The railroad has not ever been able to have its track shortened because it's a circle. So you wouldn't be able to shorten that. But the Raceway keeps getting shortened to add attractions. And it just got shortened again.
You know what? I'm not actually mad that they keep shortening the
I
racetrack.
think it should go away.
It's not my favorite ride.
No, the smell of gas.
It might actually be one of the worst.
It is.
It's
stinks.
terrible.
Yeah, it's. But you know what? Having said that, let's be fair. A lot of kids have their first experience driving a car, so it's. That's the way it is. But yeah, it seems to be the sacrificial. That seems to be the sacrificial ride
to the land area.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if anyone's driving away with first place.
Yeah,
and has moved in the ranks. Ainsley's still there in first with 35, and Levija. Yes, Levija's moved up to second with 31 correct answers and 2,518 points. Walt Quisney is still there, and I don't know who came up with that, but that's genius. Mr. Toad is here. I'm seeing some of these other names. Buzz and Woody, Team Gizmo, the mysterious Mackenzie Society. Hi, Mackenzie family. The Mighty Ducks for Life, the Stitch fans. Rapunzel's frying pan, currently in 63rd. Someone is playing as Rapunzel's frying pan.
That's interesting.
I love that.
That
That's
creativity is amazing.
And Man City, who's currently in last with only 3 questions. But we're glad you're playing with us. Even if you're getting them wrong, we're glad you're here.
Well, actually, I think that particular player has left.
What?
He's left. I think
We're
he's left the
glad
building.
you were here.
We're here. Yeah, I think that's the right way to
Yes.
put it. I'm just trying to see if we have any comments here in
Or
our social
shout-outs.
media feed or shout-outs. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
Got hundreds of you watching tonight, and we know there's a lot of places you could have gone for your entertainment fix this evening. So we're really grateful that you decided to come and spend your evening with us, and we hope you're having fun.
Yes. And
Anything in the social media feeds?
well, I see our friend Stephen Paquette is watching. That's fun. Hey, Stephen, how's it going? Congratulations on your new assignment at the school board. And
Congratulations, Stephen.
yeah, he's a great guy. I cannot find any chat. What is going on? What is going on?
Oh, you know what might be making it harder to see the active chat is because we're still broadcasting.
Yes.
You'll be able to see all the comments
Oh, yes.
when the thing is done.
Oh, Jamie Bay,
Mm-hmm.
my good friend Jamie Bay, is looking forward to New Zealand Trivia Night.
New Zealand Trivia Night.
Yes.
That's a new idea for
Yes,
sure.
I think that there would be probably a whole lot of maybe 1 or 2 viewers.
Is Jamie watching us from New Zealand?
I
'Cause
think
if
Jamie-
so,
I
how
think-
is tomorrow?
I think tomorrow. Jamie, I believe, is watching from home with his
In
kids.
New Zealand?
No, in North Oakville.
Oh no! Well, that's not-
Equally as exotic.
Equally
as
exciting,
exotic
yes.
and exciting, except that New Zealand literally has no COVID at all.
No, it's true. They have normal day-to-day business,
Yeah.
but it's also, I'm doing some quick math in my head. It would be 11:30 in the morning tomorrow if there was someone in New Zealand watching us.
But then, of course, he would know the answer to who's going to win tonight's trivia game.
Oh, because it'd be looking from the future.
That's right.
They could know.
That's right.
Fascinating.
Wow.
All right, so we're starting to get low on time. I think we've only got 20 questions to go.
I think we do.
Let's start shuttling to the finish line. This is where we separate the real masters from the other players with lower scores. The French Gothic Hotel du Canada in the Canadian Pavilion was modeled after a chateau in what Canadian city? Toronto, Ottawa, Niagara Falls, Manitoba.
It was actually the Super 8 Motel in Puce, Ontario.
In where?
Puce. It's a very small village or hamlet in
Puce, Ontario.
Puce.
See, my family's hometown is Jacket River, New Brunswick, and I thought that was small. But the castle that it's modeled after
Is Ottawa. The Chateau Laurier.
Yes.
Do you know that this is going to come right out of left field.
Okay.
Do you know what the connection between the Chateau Laurier and the Titanic are?
You mean the famous ship?
The famous ship.
No, I don't. What's the connection?
At the time that the chateau is being built, they had shipped over a whole load of furniture on the Titanic that was destined for
And
the...
it lost the furniture.
It was lost. Would you mind...
Just like we've lost our prompter.
Just like
again.
we've lost our prompter.
There we. Oh, I keep forgetting we gotta.
This is live television,
time
folks.
we
You
do this.
can't... There we go.
It's.
Some people. I know when I've been at Epcot, and
Yeah.
you can always tell the Canadians, because they'll say, Junior, that their hotel was modeled after, and invariably they're saying it was the hotel, the sister hotel to the
one in Quebec
City's
the-
name escapes me at the moment, but
the Frontenac?
Frontenac, Hotel
Yeah.
Frontenac.
But no, it's
it's
the
not.
Chateau
It's
Laurier
the
in
Chateau
Ottawa.
Laurier. Yes.
That's. Let's move on to question 42. What was Tiana's dream in The Princess and the Frog? To join a jazz band? To marry a prince? To open a restaurant? To move away from New Orleans?
Or E, open a frog legs.
Oh
Take
my
us,
goodness, that's morbid. Tasty, but morbid. Have you ever had frog's legs?
No, are
They're
you kidding?
surprisingly good.
Oh, I would never eat
There's,
frog's legs.
you know what? I will. The other French food is snails, and I'm not crazy about snails.
I've had
I couldn't-
snails. I've had snails. I haven't had frog's legs.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy. Frog's legs were surprisingly good, but no, her dream, of course, was to open a restaurant, of which frog's legs would not be on the menu.
I would hope not.
Not after the experience in the movie, of course.
So I know that I set these up and you knock them down. There's no point. It's not even fun asking you questions anymore. But do you know what movie that is now part of the Disney family had a strong involvement of frog's legs in it? That's a strange way of putting it, but can you...
Straight. That's now. So I'm guessing it's a Fox-based movie because they got acquired. No.
No, it was the original Muppet movie.
Oh.
Well, what's the villain in the show is opening...
He wants frogs' legs from Kermit, and that's why he's that's the whole. I forgot.
He's pursuing one frog for his legs.
Just so he can make the perfect frogs.
That's right. Yeah.
I haven't seen the. I suddenly don't want frogs' legs anymore.
Poor Kermit.
I've forgotten that. Yeah. I just.
It's tough to be green.
I like moving right along. That's always one of the best songs.
Waka Waka.
Moving right along.
Rainbow Connection is one of my favorite songs.
Oh yeah,
that's
beautiful,
a great song.
Beautiful piece of music.
And let's see how beautiful question 43 is. We're really running out of...
In 1929, Mickey spoke his first words. What were they? Hot dogs! Pluto, your pal, or Toodles? Ooh. Now, I don't think it actually was in Steamboat Willie.
No, it wasn't.
No, so that's the image that's on the left, but that's not where he said his first words.
It's a redirection.
I don't know what it would be.
I think it's hot dogs.
I'll guess Pluto here, pal, just for the fun of it.
I don't think Pluto was a character yet. Yeah, it's hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
Pluto came along later, and I'm trying to remember the name of the talkie. It was it Plane Crazy? Was that the first one with? We're rather.
Oh, Plane Crazy sounds right.
I think it was Plane Crazy. Hey, one of our Disney geniuses out there, can somebody look it up for us so we have the answer to this, because it's making me crazy. But I remember it was hot dogs.
Meantime, let's go to question 44.
That was a boring segue.
Well, they can't all be exciting.
That's true.
What was the first power Jack used to leave the house by himself in Incredibles 2? So there's a short film theme to this, and we see his powers in Incredibles 1. But how did he get out of the house in Incredibles 2? Used rays to shoot through the glass door, walked through the glass door, grew big and smashed through the door, turned into a rage monster and kicked the door down. Now, I'm not certain on this, but I think it's B. He walks through the glass door, and that's how we learn he's a polymorph. And they have to go to Edna Mode to figure out how to deal with the young child with several terrifying and dangerous superpowers.
I've had that problem.
With your kids?
Yeah.
What? They also had dangerous superpowers?
I'm not at liberty to talk about it.
No, beyond the power of watching Sleeping Beauty on repeat day in and day out.
or doing a masterful job managing my business. There you go. Question number 45, please. What was Mickey Mouse's original name? Mortimer, Michael, Fernando, or James?
This is a great classic Disney question.
It's a classic Disney question.
This is very old school Disney history
and
stuff.
it's probably okay.
Yeah, but this name also
became more lore.
Yes, but this this name became another character.
It did. It absolutely did.
Mortimer Mouse.
That's right.
Would become his own rival to Mickey.
So the legend behind this is on the train ride from Kansas City.
No, from New York
to LA. From New York to LA.
Thinking he was bankrupt, he sketched Mickey on the
train.
Yeah.
And when he presented this to his wife, who I think was just his fiancée at the time, I'm not positive, but
no, they were newly married.
Okay, they're newly married. Actually, I think that was maybe why they were traveling. She said, "That's a terrible name for the character."
Don't call him Mortimer, call him Mickey.
Yeah. Now, there's some dispute whether this is actually a real story or not. So, yeah.
I think whether or not it's a pleasant.
It's a fun story. It's a fun story. Yeah, but there's some that dispute it.
Hopefully, no one will dispute question number 46. How is Shere Khan defeated in the Jungle Book? Baloo kicks him out.
Knocks him out.
Knocks him out. Baloo kicks him out.
Get out of here, Baloo! Mowgli frightens him with fire. Bagheera pounces on him. Get out of here!
It's just, you're not welcome in this.
Shere Khan, you leave now. Okay, I'm out of here. Bye-bye. I'll slither away now.
No, of course.
Shere Khan's a tiger.
No, and the tiger only has one fear: fire. The secret of the man cub.
Yes.
And so that's how he gets defeated at the end of the Jungle Book.
Question 47, please. What ride at Disneyland got a redesign because it was deemed too scary for kids?
I wonder which of these three rides is scary. Is it The Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, or Snow White's Scary Adventures? Oh, gee.
What are you doing?
That one's pretty tough. I wonder which of these scary rides could have been too scary for kids.
I think you're pirating this.
I think.
That's a redirection, by the way.
Yes, I see that. But no, the answer isn't. It's Snow White's Scary Adventures.
That's right.
And it just got a new name.
It just got a new one, yeah.
Yeah, out in California.
Yeah.
Snow White's Enchanted Wish.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's not scary at all now.
No, it's not.
Unless the witch scares you because she's still
In
in
the
it.
original design, there wasn't even a Snow White. And when it first got retooled in the 80s, the first thing the Imagineers did was put a Snow White at the front so people would stop complaining to them. As if to say, there, look, you've seen Snow White. Now are you happy? But of course, it still frightened children. And so now it's in its fourth version and not even scary at all.
There you go. Let's see if question number 48 is scary.
What is Flynn Rider's real name in Tangled? Eugene Flynn, Eugene Fitzherbert, Eugene Rider, Flynn Fitz. I guess Flynn fits into one of those other three answers. That would.
Oh my gosh, this is going nowhere.
I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Now, do you remember which of these it is?
I don't. I have a feeling it was a funny name. I think it was. I think you're right. I think it's Flynn Fitz.
No, it's
No?
Eugene Fitzherbert.
Oh, is it? Oh, really?
Eugene Fitzherbert is his full name.
Interesting.
That's his name. The clue is that the other three answers all have part of Flynn Rider in it.
Yes.
Right? And that's not his real name at all. It's the name of a storybook hero he read as a child.
Yeah.
So that's when he stopped calling himself Eugene.
And I think that he's giving us a smolder here.
Which means it's time to move on to the next question.
That's right. See if it's smoldering. Oh man.
Oh no, that's tricky.
Yeah, this is tricky.
How many carvings does Animal Kingdom's Tree of Life have?
I think we should pause the show and let's count.
275, 325, 350, or 400? I think we actually had this
I think it's
question on our
400.
last show.
Is it 400?
I think it's 325.
325?
I think we had this question on our last Disney show
Yeah, I seem to recall.
which was almost a year ago,
Let's
but I
rev-
can't remember what the answer is.
Let's reveal the answer there.
see what it is.
Maestro. You were
It's 325.
Yeah, you knew that. You were just pretending you weren't sure.
No, I actually
No,
didn't
you
remember.
knew that. No, you know that. You know all these answers.
I know a lot of these answers, but it's...
Let's move on to question 50,
Yep.
please.
I'm better with the movies ones. Those are...
What is the first job Mike and Solly have together at Monsters, Inc.? And this is from Monsters University.
Right, so
where
we
they-
don't... While it's about Monsters, Inc., we don't see it
That's
until
right.
Monsters University.
That's right. They were cooks, janitors, mailroom workers, or scarers.
So Diana, my girlfriend, she hasn't seen all of the Pixar movies, and I'm researching it for a story coming up in Oakville News in a couple of weeks,
Oh, neat.
where we're talking about all the different Pixar films. And so for that, we rewatched this because she'd never seen it. Do you know the answer?
I don't know the answer. I've never seen Monsters University.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
fun.
I've never seen it.
They are mailroom workers, and that's
okay.
their first job at Monsters Incorporated.
Makes sense. Start in the mailroom, work your way up.
Well, one of the jokes in the movie is they're always hiring in the mailroom, so that's where they go. All right. Well, that's the end of round 5. We're almost at the finish line. We've only got 10 questions left, but let's
Let's have a look at leaderboard.
Let's see. Ainsley's still up there with 43 out of 50 so far.
But what happened to the other 7?
I guess
don't know.
we scared them away.
ANC? No.
They had those scary adventures.
I guess that's
Yeah.
it. That's got to be it.
Waldorf is second. Livija is third. I'm sorry if I'm butchering this name.
Oh, Mr. Toad's here.
Mr. Toad is there.
Yeah. Oh, there's the Bay family. Oh, they're doing pretty well. 43.
1,880 points. That's
Yeah.
a very respectable score.
That's right.
Bandy Boy, Carlito. I'm just looking at Catnip.
Oh,
Little Mermaid. I didn't see the Little Mermaid, but the Little Mermaid is
I wonder
there.
if Catnip's my cat.
Cusco is also playing.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. I
Emperor's New Groove.
just found a recipe for spinach puffs. I'm not kidding. I have a Disney cookbook, and
Did Kronk make them for you?
No, he didn't. But there's a recipe for at Kronk's spinach puffs, and I was thinking, you know what? That might be my next quarantine recipe to try.
That would be a lot of fun.
That I think it'd be tons of
That
fun.
would be a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's
I would like a recipe for carrot cake cookies.
I love them.
They're my favorite. They're my favorite treat at Walt Disney World.
That is your number one favorite
my
treat.
number one favorite treat.
Do you
at Walt
have
Disney World.
another? If you were to make a second, what
Dole
is-
Whip.
Dole Whip is my number one.
Yeah.
I like the floats, which if you don't know or if you've never been to the Disney parks, Dole Whip is a dessert-like product made of pineapple soft serve, and they often have floats that you can buy in Adventureland with fresh pineapple juice and a pineapple chunk in it.
They also
and a little umbrella. I love those.
They have a cake version now as well. It's a
pineapple upside down cake, and they put
which
some
is
Dole Whip on top.
which is unbelievably delicious.
You know what another one of my favorite desserts are? Not a lot of people know about these. They're called zebra domes. They're only at Animal Kingdom Lodge Hotel.
Oh, really?
And it's like a Bailey's vanilla and chocolate cake puff. They're about the size of the palm of your hand, but they're delicious. They're fantastic.
You know what's also delicious at Disney World?
What?
They're churros.
Oh, I love the churros.
Classic churros. You
Classic
can't beat
Disney
them.
snack.
Have you heard it? I can't remember the
I
name
had
of it.
my first ever churro at Disneyland.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah,
I probably
the Disneyland we're in right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Course.
That's probably where I got my first churro as well. And of course, we brought churros here to the theater to bring a slice of Disney. And you can order those online.
I remember when I first tried them because I was coming in to see a movie for, of course, reviewing the movies as I do.
Yes.
And you said, "Hey, Tyler, you want to try something new? We have churros."
Yeah.
And you were just sampling them, thinking, "Yeah, I'm thinking of putting these on the menu." And a week later, there they were, the tasty churros.
Yeah, they were good. And we have a different version. Those were churro bits. We actually have churro sticks now, which are a little
the
longer.
full churros?
Not the full. We can't source the full ones, but they're about 6 inches long, and they come with chocolate dipping sauce, and they are very good.
They're really good.
They're very, very good. So those are available for takeout or for delivery.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
You've still got half an hour before the takeout service closes downstairs.
You do.
Support the cinema. Get a tasty snack. Get a slushie. Mine's kind of melted because
Don't look at his slushie because that's not the way they're presented.
No, this is 2 hours later.
That's 2 hours later. And they're still nice. That's awesome. So we've adopted a few Disney-like snacks here at the theater over the years, and so Film.Ca has a touch of Disney. Hey, you know what else we do? The other connection to Disney here at the theater is we train, our staff are all trained based on Disney principles of quality service, the 4 keys. We train all of our staff. They don't necessarily know that we're training them with those principles.
Right.
That is the fundamental underpinnings of how we make sure that our staff are delivering only quality service.
Through safety, courtesy, show, and efficiency.
That's right.
In that order.
That's right.
Those
Very
are
good.
the 4 keys principles.
Because you were a former college staffer, right?
I actually still have the 4 keys principles card that I was given in training, and I keep it in my wallet.
Nice.
Because it's amazing how every other job I've had in the now 7 years since then has the same principles applied no matter where you go.
Interestingly, I mean, the Disney Institute provides a number of courses on quality service, on human relations or human resources, on a whole range of topics, and they are really, really great programs for those people who are in customer service or in HR management, and you can find it all on the DisneyInstitute.com. And I'm a big advocate because I've been taking their courses for a number of years now. I think it's a terrific program, and we win awards year after year for our customer service here at Film.Ca, and we owe really all of the training from Disney. Customers always the king. Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends of all ages, you've been with us from the start, but it's time to get to our final 10 questions. We're going to crown our top 3 winners after this, our final round of trivia. Are you ready?
Final round for tonight.
Get the phones out.
Final round for tonight.
Final of tonight's
You
trivia.
made it sound very dramatic. It
is dramatic. It's
not
the
that
final
dramatic.
10 questions.
Okay.
Somebody's going to win. Somebody gets popcorn.
No, that's dramatic.
3 somebody's got
That's
popcorn.
dramatic. The getting popcorn, that's pretty
That's a
darn
big
impressive.
deal.
It's a big deal.
It's the best popcorn
Especially if
in
it's
Oakville.
lemon. Lemon is it's the best popcorn in Oakville. Come on.
I haven't eaten every popcorn beyond that, but I can verified fact say it's the best popcorn.
I can attest to the fact that based on my own assessment, which is unbiased,
right,
and entirely in keeping with the norms of establishing best of status.
Yeah.
That we have the best popcorn on the planet.
It's really tasty popcorn.
It's delicious popcorn.
You should buy it.
Yes.
But first, you should buy into the answers for question number 51.
And here it comes. Any second now.
It's always the start of the round.
Adam,
don't worry. Adam's been doing a terrific job.
Adam, kick it.
This should be up.
There we go.
What name do the fairies give to Aurora while they are raising her in Sleeping Beauty? Rose Red, Briar Rose, or Bella Rose?
Now, Jeff, you know the answer to this,
Yes.
having seen it so many times. The answer is
Rose Red?
no, Briar Rose.
Oh! See, I should have said I knew it.
Briar Rose.
I can't believe I didn't know that. I have seen this movie 2 gazillion times!
She's named after Briar Rose because she lives beyond the briars.
Briars.
That Maleficent, that's the...
You put me on the spot when you asked me the question.
I'm sorry.
Oh, man, it's been a long week.
Maybe you should see Sleeping Beauty a couple of
No,
times.
no, please.
You know what we should see is question 52.
Yes. What band was the original choice for featured artist for Disney World's Hollywood Studios Rock and Roll Roller Coaster? Aerosmith, The Beatles, U2, Bon Jovi, or The Happy Wanderers?
So the very first choice isn't listed here. Their very first pick was actually the Rolling Stones, but the Stones were too expensive.
Yes.
So I believe their next choice was U2.
U2.
Yeah, it was U2.
I didn't know there was one before U2. I thought
Yeah.
the ride was always designed for U2.
No,
Oh, interesting.
Stones were the first option.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, especially because they designed it in the mid-90s, right?
Yes, yes.
U2 was still an upper-comer at that stage.
Now, apparently there is some change coming. I don't think they've announced who's going to be the new...
No, it's still Aerosmith.
No, it's there now, but I understand that the Aerosmith contract has expired and they're looking to rebrand.
I think they renewed it.
Did they renew
Because
it
the
finally?
ride just reopened.
I understand that.
They've got the...
Okay.
I could be wrong on this, but I thought they'd
there was an
renewed it.
announcement a few months ago, maybe it was more than a few months ago. I think that there was their plan were afoot before COVID. And then when COVID happened, a lot of those billions of dollars in expenses, and there was a whole range of ones they suspected. But I do think that Steven Tyler is finally going to leave the building, from what I understand. But maybe I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
I think Walk This Way is the perfect song on that ride, so I hope they don't change it.
Well, let's walk this way right to 53.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Belle's father is working on an invention that does what in Beauty and the Beast? He makes chairs, chops wood, flips pancakes, or drives. Now, if you're looking for a clue, if you look at that little visual clip on the side, something's happening. He gets knocked off by what looks like a log from his machine because that invention chops wood. Now, I don't know if we can throw it back to us for a second. I want to show the friends at home. It's Disney night, so I got a special mask that I wore here this evening.
Oh, nice.
Because,
I
of
didn't
course,
notice
until
that.
we got onto the set, we were all wearing masks, but this is my Beauty and the Beast theme mask.
Very nice. I didn't notice it before.
I had gifted, this was gifted to me at Christmas this year.
That's lovely.
Yeah, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's move on now to...
I wish I had something Disney-oriented to wear.
What, you didn't polish your ears? I thought they were looking particularly shiny today. I thought they looked immaculate.
No, these are my ears.
Yeah, I wore my Disney Marathon shirt today.
Oh, nice.
This is from when I ran the Walt Disney World Marathon in 2018, and so this is the stylistic artwork.
Nice.
Based on the first marathon in '94.
You know, the only time that I run at Disney is to get
a
carrot
fast
cake
pass?
cookies.
Oh.
I run from the front gate to
Right,
the Hollywood Studios, right to wherever they move them, because they seem to keep moving them.
Well, it used to be at starring rolls at the front. I
Yeah.
like their cherry turnovers.
Now they're
Breakfast of
at
Champions.
the
Now they're at the back.
they're now at the Starbucks,
Yeah.
the trolley barn. I can't
Not
remember
the
what it's
same.
called. Yeah, I used to like it. They used to be at the writers. The writers. What was it called? The writers.
Writer stop?
Writer Stop.
Writer Stop.
Which is beside the Sci-Fi Drive-In. I used to love that little place. There it was very quiet. You could sit and enjoy your cake cookie and browse through some of the merchandise there. It was a lot of fun.
I could talk about Disney
think
food all night, but it
Adam
looks
wants
like
us to
we've
move
been
forward.
forced on to the next question.
Adam's getting cranky.
No, Adam is right. Disney spends more than $1.7 million a year on what for Animal Kingdom? Worms, manure, hay, or airline tickets to import new animals from overseas? I am going to be fascinated no matter what the answer is, because all of these would be really fun facts.
I bet you it's worms.
I'll say hay.
I don't know. It's
It's worms.
Wow,
Oh, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's worms. Have they been in the backyard?
I don't
That's
know.
a lot of money to spend on worms.
We have turtles at home, and we buy a lot of worms, and they are expensive. So we're not quite up to $1.7 million.
Is this why the prices for admission keep going up?
Our prices.
Who's managing the worm budget?
I know, it's crazy. Eh? $1.7 million.
That's a lot of money on worms.
Yeah.
All right.
You know,
let's...
Worms don't grow in dirt.
No.
Well,
But you know what does grow in the dirt?
Question 55?
That's right. What is
That's a
Jafar's...
terrible segue.
Speaking of terrible, what is Jafar's last wish in Aladdin? You can't see it from home, but Adam is laughing hysterically from the production nook, and it's quite delightful. He's laughing almost as much as Jafar
He
is
may
on
be
the
having a
screen.
stroke, actually. I'm not sure which that is.
Well, is the last wish to become sultan, to become a genie, or to marry Jasmine? The last wish, do you remember?
I know he wanted to be a genie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
to become
I
a
was thinking
genie.
for a second, I was trying to, was it to marry Jasmine? It was the one
No.
that sort of popped in my head, but that's what he wanted in the whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
First he became to become sultan.
Yeah.
Wish 2 was to be a sorcerer.
Right.
Wish 3 was to become a genie.
That's right.
And
yeah.
that's how Aladdin tricks him into getting him in his own lamp.
Nice.
And, sending him away for 10,000 years or so.
10,000 years of a lamp gives you such a crick in the neck.
Imagine, it feels like we've been doing trivia for 10,000 years. But
Exactly.
there's only 5 more questions.
And let's see what the next one looks like. Who is the narrator of the Wishes fireworks show? Jiminy Cricket, Mickey Mouse, Tinkerbell, or the genie from Aladdin? And just FYI, the Wishes fireworks show is the Castle fireworks show
Right.
at Disney World.
What
Or
was.
It's
right.
no longer.
Now, I like this question
ever
because
after.
all 4 of these characters are the only 4 that appear in the show. The voice
That's true, you're right, yeah.
of all of them are there.
Yeah.
Tinkerbell flies,
Yeah.
the genie has his voice, Mickey Mouse is at the end, but the narrator is Jiminy Cricket.
That's right. Some imagination, huh?
Oh, that's Fantasmic.
Oh, darn.
That's the end. That's Mickey's final line of Fantasmic.
That's right, you're right. Yeah.
That's my favorite show.
Is it?
Oh, I love Fantasmic. I could watch it 100 times. Just like I could watch Question 57.
When Merida slashes Eleanor's tapestry, what does Eleanor do? In Brave, tells Merida to leave, begins to cry, throws Merida a bow in the fire, calls Fergus, or goes to Bed Bath & Beyond to replace it.
E. She goes to Bed Bath & Beyond to replace it.
But she does it with a Scottish accent.
But she does it, I think, after she begins to cry? No. Oh, that's
going
right. See, I slip up from time to time. That's one. I've been really enjoying some Pixar movies as we're getting ready for a special story with the paper. But
Look forward to that.
Yeah.
When's that coming out?
it'll be a couple weeks.
Okay.
But because we're currently looking through all the Pixar movies, because back in November we did one ranking all the Disney Plus movies, and that was a lot of fun. But it takes a lot of time to.
There's a lot of stuff.
Well,
on
not
Disney
just to
Plus.
watch them,
Yeah.
but to also then write the copy, edit it, get the pictures, get the movie trailers. It's a lot. It's a really It's a really time-consuming process to write about the movies.
I can imagine.
Best job in the world, but takes a lot of time.
Well, let's see what question 58 will divulge.
We're getting to the end.
Which ride is placed in a different land in every Disney park that has it? Haunted Mansion, Splash Mountain, Jungle Cruise, or It's a Small World?
Ooh. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I can't say it until the timer's gone, but I'm pretty sure the answer is the Haunted Mansion.
I believe you're correct. It's the Haunted Mansion. Yeah,
It's the Haunted Mansion.
Because in Disney World, it's in
Liberty Square.
and in Disneyland, it's in New
Orleans
Orleans.
Square. Then it's in Geyser Gulch out in Hong Kong.
Right.
It's in I think it's actually in Fantasyland out in Paris. There isn't one there isn't one at Hong Kong. It's in Geyser Gulch in in Shanghai.
I don't know exactly where.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure why. It gets moved around, but I guess it's just
Yeah.
they
Well, it's not because it's the ride
doesn't
that
have
always
a
gets
genre.
put in lands
Yeah.
that are different from park to park, and
right.
that's why.
It doesn't necessarily have a theming that matches any of
No.
the lands.
Well, it's
yeah.
variable, so
is
they're
variable.
slightly tweaked.
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Just
see.
like we can tweak.
Oh, geez.
Question 59.
Oh, man.
Finish this quote. The flower that blooms in adversity cannot be picked in haste, wilts under the light of contentment, is the most rare and beautiful of all, is a prize to be treasured. This is from Mulan's father.
It's C, right? It's
Yeah.
the most rare and beautiful of all?
That's right.
Okay. See, I do know,
It's a
a little bit
beautiful
about
line.
movies.
Well, you know quite a lot about
I
the
know.
movies.
I'm having a bad. I shouldn't be. I would.
you
if I
run
was
a
playing tonight, I would not be getting
No,
popcorn.
But you run a movie theater, yes,
Yes.
but you've got your hand in other businesses.
That's
whereas
very true. Yes.
A lot of my day-to-day work is in the movies.
Well, my expertise is in
Yes.
parks more than the movies,
Right.
and in Disney history. I'm a big Disney history
yeah.
buff. Yes.
And now it is time for this trivia game to be history
Drum roll, please.
with one final question.
Question number 60. As of 2020, how many times has Walt Disney World been closed since it first opened? Oh, what a downer last question.
Oh,
man.
Why did we save that for last?
Oh, man.
5 times, 7 times, 9 times.
That's surprising, eh?
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the answer is,
Eh?
I think it's 7.
Is it really?
I think it was
7 times.
It's been 5 hurricanes on 9/11, and then for the pandemic,
Right.
7 times.
Yes, I knew.
All right.
Yeah, I knew that for a couple of hurricanes. I didn't realize it was that many.
Yeah. It's a lot of hurricanes in Florida.
A lot of hurricanes. Well, it's the hurricane.
Let's see.
Hurricane Central there. Let's see
Let's see
final
who stood up a
results.
hurricane to get the most points. Our number 1 player.
Wow! Wow!
Taryn has stolen it in the final round.
Wow!
By how many? Look at that. By
I can't see. So
60.
handful
No,
of
by
points.
59 points.
Handful of points.
By 59 points.
Well done, everyone.
Although, look at that. Ainsley got more questions.
But that's the whole
Right.
issue of you have to
What
answer
we
quickly.
warned in the beginning.
We did.
Ainsley, I think, got the most correct with 49 out of 60 for the whole game. But Taryn, or Waldorf, was faster with 37.52. Well, congratulations, Waldorf. You are tonight's winner. Ainsley is in second place, and then very close behind. Oh, look at the difference between second and third. 5 points.
Wow.
Separated second and third place for Levija.
So
And Emma M in fourth. You were also close. Good job, Emma.
So to our 3 top finalists, our three top winners,
Yeah.
please be in touch with our social media folks. Jenna and Mackenzie will get you fixed up with arrangements for your popcorn treat. You'll be able to pick that up. Just check in with them on social media on whichever platform is your preference, and they will connect with you and arrange for you to get your popcorn.
Tasty popcorn.
Tasty popcorn. And
Delicious popcorn.
Lots of flavors to choose from. You're going to love it.
Choose anyone you want. But remember, even if you didn't win tonight, you're a winner because you chose to spend it with us. And you can also be a winner by choosing to spend money on popcorn that you can order for yourself.
That's right. That's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for being with us tonight. And I want to thank my buddy here, Tyler, for
Always a pleasure.
sharing the show with me tonight. We love doing these live shows to help entertain, particularly during COVID and when we're all supposed to be hunkered down at home. Again, if you've got some ideas of what you'd like to see, we promise that next time we'll be more technologically sophisticated. We did this big switch from one platform to the other, and there were some growing pains with the new platform, but we're going to get there.
We also used to do this in the lobby.
used to
and
do it in
now
the
we've moved
lobbies.
into the studio. And
So we have this green screen thing, and we got, so anyway, lots of technical stuff, and we'll get there. It's going to look even better next time. And coming to you live from the green screen studio here
At
Film.ca. Check us out on the web at Film.ca. Have a look at our upcoming pivot projects, our Coming Distractions Season 1 production. You'll find more information on Film.ca, Indiegogo, and GoFundMe. A great way to help us stay the course while we're waiting for that wonderful, wonderful day when we can start when we can start showing you movies again, and soon be able to start streaming you some very eclectic and
Zuzu
specialized
VOD.
content on Zuzu VOD, which will be coming to you very, very soon. Lots happening at Film.ca. The doors may look like we're closed, but we're still busy trying to keep ourselves afloat during this time.
And if I may, don't forget also to read Oakville News for free every day at oakvillenews.org, where you can learn more about the movies.
I was just going to suggest that. Oakville News is Oakville's top news source. Check it out. We here at Film.ca highly endorse Nolan and his team at oakvillenews.org. It's a terrific news source.
Thanks, Jeff.
There's lots going on our social media too. Please stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. We're constantly tweeting out and posting interesting information about what we're doing, what's happening in the movie business. So stay in touch with us throughout the pandemic, and we'll keep you informed of what's happening in the movie business and at Film.ca, and with some of our exciting new projects.
In the meantime, please stay safe.
Stay safe, and I want to thank our producer tonight, Adam Kufos. You'll remember Adam as one of our managers. He's been with us for about 229 years, coming up on his 230th year really soon. But we're very, very grateful for Adam for jumping in. And of course, Mackenzie and Jenna, our marketing whiz kids that help put all this together behind the scenes. And one of them, I'm not sure who is crafting the social media tonight. It's either Jenna or Mackenzie.
I think it was Jenna.
It's Jenna tonight.
Yeah, I think it was Jenna.
I want to thank Jenna and the entire team and our whole team here at Film.Ca. But most importantly, I want to thank you for joining us and spending your Saturday evening with us. On behalf of my pal here, Tyler, and everybody at Film.Ca, thank you so much. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon at the movies.
At the movies.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.